Good morning, my Cancer peeps. So we are going to do a tarot reading for Gemini season for you all. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're not already following me. And yeah, check your sun, moon, and rising, or all 12 signs if you'd like. And we'll go ahead and get into it here. All right, the Gemini season as a whole for my Cancer folks. We got the Hermit here. Now, if you're a Cancer rising particularly, this is really going to make a lot of sense because Gemini is your 12th house if you're a Gemini rising. So that is your inner house. It's your inner thought. It's your subconscious. So there may be a lot of inner processing here, a lot of looking inside to kind of suss out what you need to do for yourself and make sure that you are properly healing before moving forward. Let's see here. What's something unexpected during this time? Something unexpected for Cancer during Gemini season. We got two. All right, we have Nine of Wands and the Hanged One. This really kind of explains the Hermit here as well. So this is really kind of looking like maybe you guys have been through it, and pretty much every Cancer I know, and I have a Cancer moon as well. Y'all are all going through it. You've been going through it for a while. Sissy, can you please close my curtains, please? Thank you. You might kind of be in this place where you tried putting up boundaries. People jumped all over them. And they're like, oh, no, we don't have to pay attention to that. And they crossed those boundaries anyway. And now you're in this like wounded warrior space where you've just been so beaten down that you've got those boundaries up and nobody's getting past them, and you're just kind of being patient and waiting and doing the inner work before you decide whether or not you're going to let those boundaries down or who you're going to let them down for, and making sure that you've got them in a good space as well. How to stay grounded. We've got King of Wands. So even though you're doing all of this inner work and you're you've got the boundaries up and everything, it's also a good idea to, make sure that you're out having fun. You're having a good time. Also, one thing that I know that Cancer is not very good at is leaning into their ego. It is a good idea. It's a good idea to embrace who you are. It's a good idea to be a little egotistical here and there. Be a little arrogant. There's nothing wrong with that from time to time, especially when I'm seeing this king is facing the Nine of Wands and the Hanged Man. What that's kind of telling me is that anytime someone tries to push those boundaries, it's a really good idea to kind of be arrogant, be a jerk, be egotistical, have a little thin skin. I know that's like not y'all's strong suit. We always want to be so nice and kind to other people, but that's also that being nice and kind to other people is what keeps getting us all stepped all over a lot of times. So really just step into your confidence, your ego. Go out and have some fun during this time. It is summertime, so go have a good time and just be a little bit of a dick if people want to push your boundaries, quite honestly. An important emotion, we have the Two of Wands here. So in this inner work that we're doing, in this keeping our boundaries up and everything, we're really kind of thinking about and putting like our emotional space into thinking about how we want to move forward, what we're wanting to move forward for, right? So you might be making a decision sometime during this time to actually move forward with something. So really kind of keep an eye on that. What is it that you're passionate about too? Something that really fulfills you, something that makes you feel good and lights you up and like lights your fire basically. Let's see, something that will inspire during Gemini season for Cancers. We have two again. We've got Eight of Pentacles and the Chariot. So there's something that you've been putting the work in on. You've been taking the time to really, maybe it's something that you even had to like go back and start over or readjust on. And you've really been putting in that work. And we're going to start seeing those things moving forward. So that is definitely very inspirational. When you've done so much work, you've been through so much crap, and you feel like almost stagnant during this time, to finally see things moving forward can really give us that inspiration, and that really feeds into this decision to move forward with something being an important emotion for us. If we've been feeling very, very stagnant, now we're finally getting to move, and that's very good on an emotional level and just in a realm of hope as well. Let's see, spirit guides speaking to Cancer. Man, you guys keep getting the 2 cards. We've got 8 of Wands and 6 of Wands. Again, things are moving fast. There's a lot of fun coming into your life, and take the time to celebrate it. Make sure that you're acknowledging your victories. You're letting other people celebrate you as well. It seems like a lot of forward movement, but also at the same time, it's reflective. So even though you've got a lot of moving forward, you're still taking the time to look inward and listen to your inner voice as you're going through this as well. How to best support yourself. We've got the Hierophant. Make sure that you're listening to your guides. Make sure that you're really, what's the words I'm looking for here? If you're struggling with things, maybe look to like some spiritual advisors to help you through like that inner work that you're trying to do. Definitely listen to your inner voice. The Hierophant is really a lot about keeping things the same, very traditional type of energy. So don't get too off the rails and think that because things are finally moving forward that you can like get really outside the box. Make sure that you're kind of staying more grounded and kind of following things the way you're supposed to for a little while. But this is actually, it's overall very, very good, but the inner work and the keeping the guard up, I think, are going to be very key. Also, this 8 of Wands and 6 of Wands, where the spirit guides are speaking to you, feeding into the like kind of arrogance of the King of Wands and how to stay grounded. That really speaks to, it is your time to shine. It is your time to speak up for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's a hard thing for some of us to acknowledge, but there really is nothing wrong with being a little loud in defense of yourself. If that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do. And sometimes you got to get loud to celebrate yourself. There's no reason to shrink during this time. On the bottom we have, and on the bottom we have the Knight of Swords. Speaking up, speak up for yourself. Make sure that you're being loud. If people are still trying to dim your light, don't let them. Make sure that your words are saying what you need them to say. And you're being very clear about what you want, what you need, and what you deserve at that as well. So clarifiers for the Hermit here. Got a couple of clarifiers for the Hermit. We have the Fool. So we got Knight of Swords and 7 of Cups. Okay. Give me 1 second to think about this one. Okay, that took me a second, but here we go. So with the Fool, Knight of Swords, and 7 of Cups, again, this is a duplicate on the 7 of Swords, or Knight of Swords as well. So really, it's almost like a conversation comes up out of nowhere, possibly even an argument, like somebody's like, oh, screw it, let's see what happens, and they want to have this conversation. And it's almost like maybe this conversation or this argument creates more confusion than it does clarity. And that may be why we're spending this time looking within to really figure things out. But in the meantime of trying to figure things out and getting these boundaries up to try to sort out the confusion in our heads, other things are moving forward where we've been putting in the work as well. And then again, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant. So there's another duplicate there. Make sure you are listening to your inner voice. We all know Cancer is incredibly intuitive and psychic. And don't let other people gaslight you into believing that you're being paranoid or insecure or whatever. We all know that we are very prone to that. Listen to your inner voice. Listen to your intuition. It is guiding you in the right way. So let's pull a couple of oracle cards here as well. See what is influencing Cancer for Gemini season. And again, if you're a Cancer rising, that puts this Gemini energy in your 12th house, which is highlighting all of that intuition as well. And Jupiter going there is also going to like expand your intuition. So what is influencing this is will. So your willpower. You know you've got this. We've been through hell and back over the last, I don't even know now. It's been hard for a while. And now I think we're getting to the other side of it. And at this point, we're kind of just pushing through on sheer willpower. So that's what's influencing us here. That's what's keeping us going. And what is our advice? That's a lot of cards. Just one card, please. What is our advice for Gemini season? That's Cancer's advice. Action. So we're taking action. So we've got all of these things that we've been working on moving forward, and make sure that we're taking action on it. Don't just stand back and hope that everything is going to work out. You know, when things start moving for you, make sure that you are getting involved in the action that you need to take to continue it moving forward. And on the bottom, we have the masculine. So really, the masculine is all about active energy, whereas feminine is more receptive energy. So make sure that you're taking action, you're speaking up for yourself, you're holding those boundaries strong, and you're listening to your intuition. Things are going to start moving forward, but there's still a little bit of inner work that we need to work on while we are moving things forward. Okay, I hope this is helpful. And again, hit the subscribe button if you like these.